Sword Art Online alternative, Gale Online, is an improvement over the original SAO series. However, it still suffers from notable issues that prevent it from being truly good, such as low stakes, bad game design, and some questionable character choices.
Karen Kohiromaki is a shy university student in Tokyo. Towering above all the people around her, Karen's insecurities over her height reach the point where she turns to the virtual world for an escape. Starting game after game in hopes of manifesting as a cute, short character, she finally obtains her ideal self in the world of Gale Online. Overjoyed by her new persona, Karen pours her time into the game as Len, garnering her reputation as the legendary player killer, the Pink Devil. However, when one of Len's targets gets the best of her, she ends up meeting Pitohui, a skilled yet eccentric woman. Quickly becoming friends with Karen, Pitohui insists that Len participates in Squad Jam, a battle royale that pits teams against one another, fighting until only one remains. Thrust into the heated competition, Len must fight with all her wit and will if she hopes to shoot her way to the top. In this video, I'll break down the Sword Art Online alternative Gale Online anime series. Let's get started. The anime begins with a girl named Len and her teammate M participating in Gale Online's first team-based Squad Jam Battle Royale tournament. Right away, Len and M are at a big disadvantage because they're only a team of 2. You can have a max of 6 players on each team, so Len and M should find 4 other players to join their team. That way, they have a higher chance of winning since they have more players on their team. Later we see that you can use the other players' corpses as meat shields since they're treated as immortal objects. So even if the other players on your team are bad and die right away, you can still use their bodies to protect yourself. The arena is a big forest. Len's outfit is pink, so she's going to stick out like a sore thumb. M gives Len a poncho to wear, but her hat and gloves are still showing, so she should take those off too. Len's gun is also bright pink, so she should have chosen a different color. Len and M head south to look for enemies. This is not a good choice. It would be better to hide and let everyone else kill each other. Don't fight anyone else unless you absolutely have to. Len and M can try to hide in the trees, just like what Katniss Everdeen did in the Hunger Games movie. Some of the characters in the Hunger Games universe have won the entire game by hiding the whole time, so this tactic will work. There is a scanner in Gale Online that reveals the team leader's location every 10 minutes, so make sure you don't hide in one place for too long and move to a different location after the scanner reveals your spot. M tells Len to take point and head into the direction of another team so she can be a decoy. This is not a smart decision. Len and M shouldn't split up, especially since they only have 2 players on their team. If Len encounters another 6-player team, it is going to be very difficult to defeat them on her own. Len spots another team in the city about 200 meters away. There are 5 players on that team, and they all target Len. This is exactly why Len shouldn't have tried confronting another team alone. Len takes cover behind a tree. She should be safe here, so it's best to stay put. Len can just wait for the other players to run out of bullets since you don't have infinite ammo in Gale Online. Another team sneaks up behind the players and starts to pick them off one by one. You need to always be aware of your surroundings. You could die at any moment in this game, so you need to look out for enemies flanking you. Len and M deduce that the other team must all have serious combat training in real life since they're very skilled in-game, so your real-life experience and abilities will have a big impact in the actual game. That's really unfair and unbalanced since your real-life status isn't supposed to affect your gameplay in most games, but you can also use this to your advantage. If you want to have a better chance of winning the Squad Jam tournament, then you should recruit some cops or soldiers on your team since they have a lot of real-life knowledge about guns and combat. This isn't against the rules or anything, so you'll be fine. Len and M go to a residential area and hide there. This is a smart plan. There is no way that Len and M are going to beat all of those professional players, so avoiding them is the best option. They should get as far away from here as they can. Len took off her poncho, so it's going to be easy to spot her. She should change into a darker outfit. There were some clothes on that bed, so Len can put it on. Len hides in a dirty suitcase in the middle of the street and launches a surprise attack against the professional players. She uses her small size and quick speed. Len is able to dodge all the shots and also uses the dead bodies of the players she takes down for cover. Moreover, Len can use her scan terminal for a bit of protection, since that's an immortal object as well in the first Squad Jam tournament. Len takes out some of the professional players, and the rest of them resign because they won't be able to gain any experience, since this isn't very realistic. Although this strategy worked in the end, it was very risky, and Len could have easily gotten killed. A better method is to throw a bunch of bombs at the professional players from a distance, since they were out in the open. They wouldn't be able to run away in time or get to safety, so they would all be killed. Or set up a bunch of booby traps in the area. In the real world, Len's user, Karen Kohiromaki, is praised for her performance in the Squad Jam tournament. There's a flashback, and we learn that Karen is a college student living by herself in Tokyo. She's originally from Hokkaido and moved here 3 months ago. Karen has a complex about her tall height and hasn't made any new friends in Tokyo. She takes up an interest in virtual reality gaming after learning about the Sword Art Online incident on the news. Karen buys an Atmosphere and tries out a bunch of different virtual reality games, including Alfheim Online. However, she always ends up quitting whenever her avatar is too tall or outrageous. Your avatar is randomly generated in these games, so you can't choose your appearance. Karen goes through several games and eventually settles on Gale Online because she got a small and cute avatar. Having a tiny avatar is a plus, since it will be harder for other players to land a shot on you. You are also a lot more agile and can move much quicker, as we saw Len doing in the previous fights. Everyone in Gale Online should re-roll until they get a smaller avatar. Len does the tutorial and improves her skills in Gale Online. She chooses a pink outfit to fit her personality. Len's pink outfit blends into the desert sand, so it's good to wear in this particular scenario. The other players should also do this. In real life, the British long-range desert group actually used pink vehicles to blend into the surroundings as well. Len kills several players and eventually gains a reputation as the Pink Devil. Another female player named Pituhui befriends Len and helps her pick a new gun. Len nicknames the gun Pichon. Pituhui and Len team up as a two-person squad. Pituhui promises to meet Len in real life if she can defeat her in the game. This is not a smart decision. You shouldn't meet strangers you met online. Pituhui could be catfishing Len. Pituhui tells Len about the upcoming Squad Jam Battle Royale tournament. It's similar to the Bullet of Bullets tournament, but with teams instead of solo. Pituhui is busy in real life, so she can't participate in Squad Jam herself, and tells Len to team up with another male player she knows. We then learn about some more of Squad Jam's rules. The match begins when the teams are teleported to the playing field. The team that survives until the end wins. The setting is a special map, but teleportation is random, so where a team starts depends on luck. Players can use any weapon they want during battle. They may also use any vehicles they find. Corpses usually disappear right away, but they will remain on the map for 10 minutes in Squad Jam. Each player will get a terminal that will periodically display their opponent's locations for a short time. Based on these rules, there are a bunch of approaches we can take to ultimately win the game. First, there's no time limit, so hiding and waiting until the end is a viable strategy. You are not forced to ever fight anyone else. As stated before, don't stay in one area for too long, since your location is periodically displayed to everyone else for a short time. Second, the place you start is random, so it's important to study the different locations on the map beforehand. You should know the best hiding spots and vantage points. Third, you can use any weapon you want, so make sure you're using your best equipment. You should also wear armor to protect yourself from getting shot. Players with the best gear are going to have a big advantage over everyone else, which is also really unfair and unbalanced, since Battle Royale games are supposed to only depend on actual skill. All the gear and equipment should be equal. In real Battle Royale games like Fortnite or Apex Legends, the only thing you can buy with real-life money is cosmetic skins. The other male player that Pituhui mentioned turns out to be M. Len is appointed to be the leader of the team, and they train together. M also gives Len a knife to use as a backup weapon in case she runs out of ammo. The Squad Jam officially starts. Len and M call themselves Team LM because of their initials. We return to the present after Len has taken out the team of professional players. There are 3 other teams left. Len and M go to the lake and plan to set a trap. They should continue to hide. Don't go looking for more trouble. As mentioned before, you shouldn't fight other players unless you absolutely have to. You can just wait for the other players to come to you. That way, you can prepare and set up a bunch of booby traps in the area. Len and M are ambushed by another team of players using hovercrafts that work on land and water. M unpacks a large shield from his bag and uses it for cover. Len should also hide behind the shield since she's out in the open and might get shot by a sniper. The shield is made out of special plating from a space battleship. It's the strongest stuff you can get in the game, so it can deflect nearly any bullet. M uses Len as bait and kills the other players with his sniper. He then throws a plasma grenade into the water to blow the last guy onto land. Len finishes this guy off. She didn't need to shoot the player so many times though. One headshot is all it takes. There's no need to waste your bullets since you don't have unlimited ammo. M reveals that he was using his own skills, not the game's assist systems. This is another example of how your real-life expertise and abilities can help you in game. People who are snipers in real life are going to have a big advantage in the game. The assist lets you hit a target without trying, so if you don't use the game's assist systems, then your opponents can't see your bullet lines and dodge the shots. Len and M are ambushed by another team named Shink. Len and M should have gone to a safe location to talk instead of standing out in the open. You can't let your guard down. Snipers are the biggest threat in this game since they can kill you with one shot, so you always need cover. Len and M take one of the hovercrafts and retreat to a mountain area. You can also heal yourself back to full health using a med kit, so it's important to have a bunch of those on hand. This mountain area should be safe since there are a lot of rocks to hide behind and snipe from. Len and M should ditch the hovercraft elsewhere though, because it'll give away their location. They could have parked it far away and ran to the mountains to trick Team Shink. Len and M should also head to the high ground because shooting from an elevated position and give them a vantage point in a wider field of view. M reads a letter and attempts to kill Len. However, M underestimated Len's agility and failed to kill her. The developers of Gale Online should have made it so that you can't hurt the other players on your team in case people try to backstab each other. It wouldn't be a very fun game to play if your teammates are constantly killing you. The letter is from Pituhui, and she said that she would kill M in real life if they didn't win the Squad Jam tournament. So M wanted to kill Len to become the leader of the team and resign from the game. Pituhui might just be joking here, so M shouldn't be taking this letter so seriously. Len leaves M alone and takes on Team Shink by herself. This is not going to work. Len is outnumbered 1 to 6, so she's at a severe disadvantage from the start. Setting up a bunch of booby traps and hiding would be smarter. Len's pink outfit is also going to stick out since it doesn't blend into the mountainous terrain, so she should change her clothes. Len kills one of the players on Team Shink, but gets caught in a trap. Len is able to run away, but realizes that she can't run forever. Len is right. Shink is the only other team remaining, so Len has to fight. She can't just hide and wait for someone else to kill Team Shink. Len faces the remaining team head-on and uses her quick speed to avoid getting shot. Len could have also used one of the dead bodies for cover like last time. Len is about to be killed, but M saves her life in the nick of time. Len and M should have just gone together from the start. Len could have waited a bit until M got better. M's shield is really powerful, so they should have used that against Team Shink. M could easily take out all the members of Team Shink on his own if he shot from behind the shield. Shink can't destroy M's shield, and he doesn't have any bullet lines, so it would be almost impossible for them to dodge his shots. Len misses her opponent Eva at point blank and runs out of ammo. She shouldn't have wasted so much ammo earlier. Pichon saves Len from getting killed. Len then uses the knife she got from M to kill Eva, so bringing a knife to a gunfight works sometimes. It's good to bring a backup in case you ever run out of ammo. Len could also use a photon sword like Kirito in the Phantom Bullet arc. It would be easy to carry around since it's just a hilt when the sword part isn't activated. M kills the final player of Team Shink and Team LM wins the first Squad Jam tournament. Karen gets a haircut in the real world and meets a group of high school girls who are revealed to be the Team Shink she faced in the Squad Jam tournament. Back in Gale Online, Len buys another gun since Pichon was destroyed earlier, and she names this gun Pichon again. The high school girls go to Karen's apartment and they talk about Gale Online. You shouldn't invite strangers to your house. The girls might do something malicious to Karen. The girls explain that they started playing Gale Online to improve their teamwork skills and get over the issues they had with each other in the real world. They're all part of their school's rhythmic gymnastics team. Afterwards, Karen goes to visit her parents in Hokkaido. On the way back, Karen reads some news about the next Squad Jam tournament. She's also approached by M in real real life. His name is Goshi Asuji. Karen doesn't trust Goshi at first, but it would be easy to prove that he's actually M. Goshi should tell Karen something that only M and Len would know. Goshi can't tell Karen how he found her, but he explains how Pitohui is signing up for the next Squad Jam tournament. She's forcing Goshi to put a team together. Pitohui told Goshi that if she didn't win, then she would in real life. It turns out that Pitohui was one of the beta testers for Sword Art Online, and she became obsessed with the game. However, Pitohui was unable to take part in the actual game because she was busy in real life. Pitohui was angry because she actually wanted to participate in the death game and experience what it was like. Pitohui is clearly crazy and out of her mind. She needs help. Goshi should call the police or tell a psychiatrist like what Karen suggested. He shouldn't be passive and let Pitohui continue to ruin her life. Goshi asks Karen to beat Pitohui in the next Squad Jam tournament so she doesn't in real life. Karen agrees to Goshi's plan, and she calls her best friend Miyu Shinohara, also known as Fukujiro in-game, to form a team with her for the next Squad Jam tournament. Fukujiro joins Gale Online and also receives a small avatar. She doesn't have a lot of starting money, so Len talks to M and asks for some money. M gives Fukujiro 10 million credits, and she buys a pair of grenade launchers as her main weapons. Fukujiro should do the game's tutorial and practice a bit first before making a purchase. The grenade launchers might not be a good fit for her. The grenade launcher's bullet lines are in the shape of parabolas, so they're definitely better suited for support. Len signs up for the next Squad Jam tournament with Fukujiro and picks the name Team LF. As explained before, you can have a max of 6 players on each team, so Len should find 4 more players. They're going to be at a huge disadvantage if they start with only 2 players on their team. Len is the team leader. This time, the enemy team's names will all be displayed on the map. So after the first scan, the other players will know your location. The rest of the rules are the exact same as the first Squad Jam tournament. We see that Pitohui's team is called PM4. It consists of Pitohui, M, and 4 incognito players. Fukujiro eats a bunch of ice cream in real life before the tournament starts, and her stomach gets upset. This was not a good decision since Fukujiro was nearly late to the tournament. It's better to have an empty stomach. Len talks with Pitohui before the tournament starts and promises that she'll win. Len and Fukujiro are teleported to the arena, and the second Squad Jam tournament officially begins. Len and Fukujiro start in the suburbs. They study the map and come up with a plan of attack. You can look at the map anytime, but you won't have the opportunity to do that during a fight, so it's important to memorize the other players' locations. Len and Fukujiro hide until the first scan starts. Pitohui's team is on the opposite side of the map in the mountains. Fukujiro steps into a booby trap and gets her legs blown off. Len should have told Fukujiro to watch out for any traps. It's going to take 2 minutes for Fukujiro's legs to grow back. Len uses her quick speed to kill another team without too much trouble. Taking on an entire team by yourself is a very risky strategy. Len could have also set up a bunch of booby traps in the area. Furthermore, Fukujiro can still use her grenade launchers and shoot from a safe distance. She doesn't need to get close. Fukujiro's legs grow back. The next scan starts. Len and Fukujiro decide to go after the team at the train station. They could just stay in the suburbs and set up a bunch of booby traps, then wait for the other teams to come to them. Fukujiro uses her grenade launchers from a safe distance, and Len gives her directions on where to shoot. This is a smart plan. It's just like Junkrat in Overwatch. Together, they manage to kill another team. The next scan starts, and it's revealed that 7 teams are working together to take down Pitohui's team. Joining forces with other teams isn't going to work out. Sure, there's strength in numbers, but only one team can win in the end, so the teams will eventually have to betray each other. Pitohui and her team decide to stand their ground and set up an ambush. M hides behind his shield in a waterfall as bait, while the other members of Team PM4 attack the 7 teams. Pitohui kills several players on her own. These other players should stop their tunnel vision and look behind them. They should have also spread out so it would be more difficult for Pitohui to find and kill all of them. Pitohui takes out the other 7 teams within a few minutes. In the meantime, Len and Fukujiro head through a dome because it's the fastest and safest way to get to Pitohui. Team Memento Mori is to the north, and Team Shink is to the south. There are 3 other teams in the dome, so Len and Fukujiro should stay hidden. The 3 other teams are actually working together. Len and Fukujiro use a smokescreen tactic to avoid getting shot and kill the other players. Len follows the bullet lines since they're still visible in the smoke, so that's how she knows where the other players are. Len shouldn't waste her ammo. She can use her knife to kill the other players. Fukujiro misses someone at point blank and ends up beating them to death with a gun. So even if you don't have any ammo left, you can still use your gun as a baseball bat and bash the other player's head in. Fukujiro should have also practiced a bunch before the tournament began to improve her aim. There's only one other remaining player named Clarence. Len makes a deal for all of Clarence's remaining magazines since she's low on ammo. You can take items from the other players' dead bodies though, so Len could just kill Clarence and take the magazines. Team Memento Mori ambushes Team LF while they were distracted talking to Clarence. You should never let your guard down. This is not a game for chatting. Len accidentally left the magazines behind in the commotion and goes back to retrieve them. Team Shink saves Team LF and forces Memento Mori to retreat. Len explains Pitahui's situation and Team Shink decides to help her. Another team approaches Pitahui's team and they offer to join forces. They promise to let Pitahui's team win if they're the last ones, but Pitahui declines. She backstabs the players and kills all of them except for a girl named Shirley. This was a good decision. It's kill or be killed, so if you have the opportunity to kill the other players, then you should take it, even if you have to play dirty. Team Shink launches an assault against Team PM4. They should take a different route instead of going through an open field. They don't have any cover, so the snipers could easily kill them. M doesn't use the game's assist systems, so you can't even see his bullet lines. It's going to be difficult to dodge his shots. Team Shink uses an anti-tank rifle and one of their teammates' dead body as a pedestal to destroy M's shield and kill a member of Team PM4. This is pretty clever. There's nowhere else to hide in an open field, so using a dead body for cover is the best option. This is also why you should have extra teammates on your team since you can use them as meat shields if they die. Team Shink was actually a diversion, so Len and Fukujiro could flank Team PM4 from behind using a pincer attack. Len makes a beeline towards Pitahui, but Shirley shoots her in the head first with a sniper rifle. Len kills Shirley. Pitahui isn't dead though, and passes out since she only has a sliver of health remaining. Pitahui isn't automatically logged out of the game because she's actually using a nerve gear to play Gale Online, not an atmosphere. Team PM4 takes shelter in a log cabin, so Len plans to use another pincer attack. Len should attack as soon as possible so Pitahui doesn't have the time to recover too much health. It would be easier to kill Pitahui when she's weak and vulnerable. Pitahui is trapped in the log cabin, so she doesn't have anywhere else to go. Team Memento Mori comes to attack Pitahui, and the rest of the incognito PM4 team members sacrifice themselves to protect her. They didn't need to give up their lives though. They had a bunch of grenades, so they could have just thrown them from a safe distance. Pitahui regains her health, and it's revealed that she's also using a photon sword just like Kirito. This is a shooting game though, so long-range weapons like guns should be more effective than close-up melee weapons. Pitahui is able to kill all the members of Memento Mori by herself. This means that there are only 4 teams remaining in total. Team Shink storms the log cabin and charges in. This wasn't a good strategy. It would be better to just blow the entire cabin up with grenades and kill Pitahui. Pitahui and M won't be able to make it out of the cabin in time, and we saw how you can destroy the environment. Fukujiro pins Len in place and goes with Team Shink. However, Pitahui and M kill Team Shink and also blow Fukujiro's limbs off. Team Shink should have spread out. They were all grouped up together, so it was easy to kill them. Furthermore, Fukujiro and Team Shink shouldn't run in a straight line. Running in a zigzag pattern would be the best decision. Len finally frees herself. She could have just used her knife to cut her shoelace. Len lures Pitahui and M out of the cabin, so they pursue her in a vehicle. Pitahui is still using her photon sword, so Len should be able to win the fight since she's using a gun. Just don't get close to Pitahui and there shouldn't be a problem. Len can also shoot the vehicle's tires and cause PM4 to crash, or shoot the fuel tank and make the vehicle explode. Len jumps above the vehicle and shoots inside. She should have thrown a grenade. Pitahui changes to a gun. Len falls into the water, but she should get out as soon as possible since her health depletes in the water. Len is about to be killed, but Fukujiro comes in another vehicle and saves her in the nick of time. Fukujiro plays driving games, so that's how she knows how to drive this vehicle. There's a car chase between hot geysers. There's not a lot of gas left in the vehicles, so the characters ram into each other. Len and Pitahui eventually confront one another. Len uses her knife, but Pitahui is able to gain the upper hand. Pitahui tries to use Pichon to kill Len, but it self-destructs. M has also taken Fukujiro captive and tied her up with duct tape. However, it's a trick, and Pitahui kills M for betraying her. This is why friendly fire shouldn't be allowed in Gun Gale Online. This game would be very frustrating to play if your own teammates are killing you all the time. Fukujiro breaks out of her restraints with her hair knife. If she didn't have this knife, it's still fine because it's not too difficult to break out of duct tape restraints. You keep your elbows close together so the duct tape is very tight around your wrists and hands. Then you raise your hands up over your head and slam your elbows into your ribcage. That instant pressure will overwhelm the duct tape and cause it to break. If your legs are duct taped as well, you put your hands between your knees and force them down in a really fast, hard action. That will tear the duct tape apart. Fukujiro cuts Len's hands off and kicks her towards Pitahui. Len bites Pitahui in the throat and deals the fatal blow to her. Fukujiro could have just stabbed Pitahui herself. She didn't have a lot of health remaining, so it wouldn't be hard to kill Pitahui. Just sidestep Pitahui and go behind her since she was using Len as a shield. Len and Fukujiro are then ambushed by the remaining team's sneak attack, so they end up in second place. In typical Battle Royale fashion, the campers win in the end. The characters in this anime always seem to let their guard down when they shouldn't. Len and Fukujiro knew there was one other team left, so they should be ready to face them. But this proves that hiding and waiting until the end works. You only have to fight one team. That other team will most likely have used up all their resources and be low on health, so it'll be easy to kill them. And that's how to beat the Squad Jam Battle Royale tournament in Sword Art Online Alternative Gun Gale Online. Do you have any better strategies or methods? If so, let me know in the comments below. In real life, the high school girls get Karen a necklace as an early birthday present. Furthermore, Goshi invites Karen and Miyu to meet Pitahui. Goshi mentions how Pitahui is his boss and he fell in love with her on the spot. Goshi stalked Pitahui at first, but they officially met and formed a masochistic relationship together. M stands for masochist. It turns out that Pitahui is actually the famous idol Elza Kanzaki, who just so happens to be Karen and Miyu's favorite singer. Karen already figured out Pitahui's true identity though, because she previously wrote a fan letter to Elza in one of the earlier episodes. That's how Goshi knew who Karen was and where she lived. Elza kisses Karen and asks to come over to her apartment. Finally, there's a post-credits scene where Len and Pitahui are playing together in Gun Gale Online. What did you think of Sword Art Online Alternative Gun Gale Online? Let me know your opinion. Alternative Gun Gale Online is certainly a lot better than the main Sword Art Online series. Which movie or anime should I do next? Leave a suggestion. Be sure to also check out some of the other videos on this channel.
As you can see, while Sword Art Online Alternative Gun Gale Online is a solid improvement over the original SAO, it still has several problems that hold it back.
As a bonus for sticking around until now, here's a list of some other Sword Art Online spin-offs that need to happen.
The Sword Art Online Alternative Gun Gale Online spin-off series was pretty successful. A lot of people seemed to enjoy it, some even more so than the original SAO series. This got me thinking, what are some other good Sword Art Online spin-off ideas? Well, I was able to come up with a few concepts. In this video, let's take a look at 5 SAO spin-offs that need to happen. Number 1. Sword Art Online presents Klein and Egiru. One of SAO's biggest mistakes is wasting Klein and Egiru. They genuinely seem to be pretty awesome characters, and yet they were sidelined and barely given any screen time. It's time to make things right and give Klein and Egiru the credit they truly deserve. I think it would be very cool to see a spin-off where they were the lead characters. This spin-off story could easily take place sometime during the 2 years that the players were trapped in SAO. It should be like a typical buddy movie where Klein and Egiru team up to go on some sort of adventure. This spin-off would definitely have a more comedic and lighthearted tone than the main SAO series. We know that Klein is single, and he's always trying to get together with other women. Maybe this spin-off could be about Egiru helping Klein to get a girlfriend. Egiru is married in real life, so he should have a lot more experience than Klein when it comes to romantic relationships. I'm sure it'll be very funny and entertaining to watch a show like this. Number 2. Sword Art Online Origins Heathcliff. This would be a prequel focusing on the creator of SAO, Kayaba Akihiko. We never really found out a real reason why he did all this, why he created the death game, and why he trapped the 10,000 players. Akihiko apparently just forgot everything.
So how come you wanted to trap thousands of people in this game? enough. I don't know.
Seems legit.
This spin-off prequel series will add a lot more to his backstory and actually give a clear and definitive motive on why he was doing all of this. I assume that Akihiko's rationale will be very similar to James Holliday from the 2018 movie Ready Player One. Just like Akihiko being the creator of SAO, James Holliday was the creator of Oasis and Ready Player One. His reasoning for creating the Oasis was because he never felt at home in the real world. He was afraid and didn't know how to connect with other people. This seems like what the author of SAO was going for when he created Akihiko, although we never get a real answer, so the spin-off will finally give us the truth. Number 3. Fantastic Beast Tamers and where to find them. Another missed opportunity in the SAO series is pets. Pets are a big deal in MMORPGs, but apart from Silica, who had a pet dragon Pina, there were literally no other players in the game who had a pet. That's kind of hard to believe. This spin-off would follow some other beast tamers in SAO and their adventures with their pets. It would be extremely exciting to see what the other pets can do in SAO. Number 4. Adventures in Alfheim. At the end of the Fairy Dance arc, we see that the new Aincrad was added into Alfheim Online. This spin-off would be about a different group of characters trying to clear the floors and make it to the top first. Perhaps Eugene would be the lead character. He was the strongest player in Alfheim Online before Kirito showed up and defeated him in a one-on-one duel. We know that Eugene wants to fight stronger opponents, so it should be interesting to watch him and his friends try to kill the high-level bosses. New Aincrad is significantly different from the Aincrad of the first arc, so this wouldn't just be a boring rehash of stuff we already saw. For example, since there is no threat of real death, the monsters and floor bosses are a lot more difficult. Furthermore, all the bosses in Aincrad are changed to completely different bosses in New Aincrad, which means they have unknown mechanics and the players will need to think of their own original strategies in order to defeat the bosses. Number 5. Shattered Reality. You know, something that's missing in the SAO series is seeing how the survivors were able to adjust back to their old lives. We don't really see too much of that. It must have been a very traumatic experience, and I don't think it's easy to just return back to normal. I believe that a spin-off on that topic would be fascinating to watch. This spin-off would follow a character who is disabled or paralyzed in real life, and they would be able to run and walk in SAO. But now in the real world, they can't do that anymore. The tone of the spin-off would be a lot more serious and grounded than what we've seen before. I can envision it being very similar to the 2017 biographical movie Stronger, which follows a man who lost his legs in the Boston Marathon bombings and must now adjust to his new life. And that's it for this list. Do you have any other SAO spin-off ideas of your own? If so, let me know in the comments below.
If you're looking for a fun movie with a mostly female cast, give The School for Good and Evil a watch.
Get ready for an exhilarating journey as we dive into the captivating world of The School for Good and Evil. Prepare for a thrill ride powered by pure adrenaline as the movie kicks off with an electrifying action sequence designed to charm audiences. Brace yourself for an epic cinematic showdown. Kit Young masterfully transforms into two distinct characters, each bursting with unparalleled charisma and individuality. Young's portrayal will leave you utterly enchanted as you witness the seamless embodiment of two completely different personalities that will take your breath away. The amazing CGI wizardry brings the abilities and spells in this film to life in astounding fashion. Netflix's unwavering dedication to delivering excellence shines brightly as they spared no cost in this endeavor, providing a generous budget boost as the movie evolved. The movie benefited from the visual effects expertise of companies such as Framestore and Cinesite. Sophia and Caruso and Sophia Wiley deliver a great performance as the dynamic duo at the heart of the story. Their on-screen chemistry crackles with a mesmerizing energy, leaving you in awe of their bond. Amidst a world that rejects them, they find solace in each other's presence, brought together by their mutual position as outsiders. They prove that true friendship knows no bounds. Be fascinated by the superb cinematography presented in this movie. With a deliberate decision to shoot on location in Belfast, Northern Ireland, this production embraced authenticity, shunning excessive special effects. An impressive team consisting of 350 to 500 crew members, primarily locals, dedicated their creative energy to this movie, bringing a genuine touch of glamour to the screen. In a brilliant twist of fate, Sophie, the unsuspecting protagonist, defies all assumptions as she veers away from the expected path. Her true calling lies within the dark corridors of the evil school, challenging conventional narratives in a thrilling revelation. With a whimsical touch, the students of the evil school find themselves unceremoniously plunged into the water, which is quite quite an amusing but unconventional initiation. Immerse yourself in a realm of wonder and talking animals, intensifying the fantastical allure akin to legendary franchises like Narnia. The actors engage with incredibly realistic wolf characters portrayed by skilled performers adorned in suits, complete with animatronic heads, providing a tangible presence for riveting on-screen interactions. Hort is portrayed by the exceptional Earl Cave. With his acting prowess, Cave electrifies the screen, leaving audiences in amazement of his range. Charlize Theron proficiently portrays the Dean of the School for Evil, exuding an irresistible wickedness that delights viewers. Theron embodies the role of the diabolical instructor, delivering a performance that is deliciously evil. Theron unleashed a fiery vision, suggesting vibrant ginger hair and presenting the director with an array of reference photos that set ablaze the creative possibilities. Experience an alluring journey into a stunningly crafted cinematic universe, where the movie's impressive set designs transport you beyond imagination. Director Paul Feig's visionary approach rejects the artificiality of green screens, plunging the actors in a tangible world where they could intertwine seamlessly with the attractive scenery. Jamie Flatters exhibits brilliance in bringing Ted Rose to life with unmatched expertise. With his undeniable presence, Flatters infuses each scene with an energy that leaves audiences entranced, enthusiastically awaiting his next move. The movie has exceptional fight choreography. Every battle becomes a dance of strength and skill. The fabulous sequences unfold with a distinct blend of elegance and ferocity. Magical weapons take center stage, adding an interesting touch to the action. The adrenaline-pumping sequences leave you in admiration of the dynamic choreography and intense battles that propel the story forward, making each action-packed moment a visual spectacle. Lawrence Fishburne deftly commands the screen as the schoolmaster. The characters in the movie hilariously become aware of the narration, a unique element that adds a layer of comedy. The narration, aptly provided by Cate Blanchett, evokes a sense of grandeur reminiscent of the iconic Lord of the Rings saga. Hold on to your seats as this movie transports you to a realm where fairy tales and myths are real, intertwining in ways you've never imagined. The stark dichotomy between the good and evil school electrifies the atmosphere and sets the stage for a clash of contrasting vibes. Michelle Yeoh's extraordinary display of talent adds an amusing layer of intrigue. The astonishing array of powers and abilities on display defies the conventions of ordinary fantasy films. Be thrilled by the visual effects. This creature embodies pure terror like never before, unleashing their boundless creativity. The visual effects team embarked on a quest to instill the creature with a conscious presence while still maintaining its skeletal essence. Caruso and Flatters dazzle with an on-screen chemistry that sets the screen ablaze, their magnetic connection radiating with an intensity that leaves no doubt why their characters were instantly engulfed in a passionate love affair. This movie fearlessly breaks free from conventional tropes. Watch as Sophie accepts the temptation of evil, infatuating audiences like never before. Sophie's makeover unfolds before your eyes. The array of outfits showcases the movie's memorable costume design. Deviating from the novel, the film bursts forth with a staggering display of nonconformity as the students shed their uniforms, granting an explosion of creativity as envisioned by the author himself. Empowered to leave their mark, the actors added their own artistic flair to their costumes, lending a personal touch, resulting in a visual feast of more than 800 crafted costumes and 600 pairs of exquisite shoes, created by over 70 dedicated costume designers. The author of the novels, Soman Chainani, makes a cameo appearance that will leave fans buzzing with excitement. Just as you believe the intensity had reached its limit, the movie changes to a spine-chilling horror vibe that will leave you on the edge of your seat. Your adrenaline surges as you watch this momentous fight scene. Ted Rose engages in a heart-pounding battle against the formidable Reaper. Sophie's transformation comes alive through the prosthetics, seamlessly aging her into an old woman with striking authenticity, leaving audiences in wonderment of the incredible artistry at work. Witness the sheer awesomeness of the battle scene, where a terrific display of diverse fighting styles and imposing special effects unfolds before your very eyes. Each character brings their individual flair, intensifying the adrenaline-pumping excitement. This clash of magic and might reaches its crescendo. Hold on to your seats as this mind-bending plot twist takes you by storm. A shocking revelation unravels, revealing the evil brother is still alive and he killed his good brother. In yet another delightful twist, this movie defies expectations by allowing the long-awaited kiss to unfold uninterrupted, shattering the common trope found in countless other films. Amidst the treacherous web of lies and betrayal, Agatha's unbreakable commitment to Sophie blazes forth. In a splendid display of character growth, Sophie fearlessly puts everything on the line, making the ultimate sacrifice to shield Agatha from harm, showcasing the profound depths of their unbreakable friendship. A magnificent unity emerges as the students cast aside their differences, joining forces in a spectacular display of collaboration that defies expectations. This proves that no single trait should define individuals, unveiling a profound truth that resonates deep within our souls. The movie's tantalizing conclusion leaves the door wide open, beckoning for sequels to continue the saga. With the original novel paving the way for numerous sequels, the potential for a plethora of exciting stories yet to be told is boundless. Fingers crossed that Netflix produces more of these enjoyable and marvelous movies, ensuring an ongoing adventure that fans can earnestly anticipate. The end credits are a visual feast that flawlessly harmonizes with the movie's tone. These remarkable credits elevate the movie. All in all, The School for Good and Evil is a spellbinding cinematic journey that brings the tantalizing world of the best-selling novel to life. This lovely film adaptation is a testament to the creative genius behind the series, capturing the essence of friendship, self-discovery, and the power of embracing our differences. From its bewitching storytelling to the incredible visuals, this movie proves to be a treat for fans and newcomers alike. One of the greatest strengths of The School for Good and Evil is its stellar cast. The actors personify their eccentric personalities, infusing the narrative with subtle nuances. Their chemistry is palpable, making the bonds of friendship between them all the more heartwarming. The movie's attention to detail in capturing the quaint atmosphere of the school, from its gorgeous set designs to its intricate costumes, immerses viewers in a visually enchanting movie. Moreover, the film strikes a perfect balance between lighthearted humor and poignant moments. The witty dialogue and comedic timing add an extra layer of enjoyment to the story, ensuring that audiences of all ages are entertained throughout. The movie goes beyond the surface-level fairy tale tropes by exploring themes of identity, self-acceptance, and the complexities of right and wrong. This gives the movie a thought-provoking edge and resonates with viewers on a profound level. Ultimately, The School for Good and Evil is an absolute pleasure from start to finish. It transports viewers to an alluring world where sorcery and friendship intertwine, leaving them with a sense of renewed belief in the power of embracing our true selves. With its charismatic cast, stupendous visuals, and a well-crafted storyline that balances humor and depth, this film is a must-watch for fans of the source material and anyone seeking a fun-filled movie. The School for Good and Evil stands tall among fantasy films, distinguishing itself from the shadows of even the revered Harry Potter series. By virtue of its bold storytelling, the film delves into the intricate complexities of the human experience, leaving audiences transfixed. The School for Good and Evil is just the beginning of a grand cinematic saga. The book had 5 sequels: A World Without Princes, The Last Ever After, Quests for Glory, A Crystal of Time, and One True King. There's also a prequel series that currently consists of 2 books, Rise of the School for Good and Evil and Fall of the School for Good and Evil. As the filmmakers diligently pave the way for the next installment, the fate of sequels rests in the hands of the audience. With bated breath, we eagerly await the continuation of this fantastical universe. We can only hope for more adventures and spine-tingling twists that will transport us deeper into this magical realm. The intention is to create individual movies for the initial 3 books, and subsequently assess the outcome for the remaining 3 books. Thank you for watching the video. I appreciate your support, and look forward to connecting with you again in upcoming videos. Until then, take care and see you very soon.
Well, that's it for this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to subscribe so you never miss a future upload. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.